Okay. This morning I tried this for the first time. I hit record. It just worked out. I am dual boxing Terrorantula, some level 50 like quest spawned raid mob. And yeah, you can skip to the end of the video if you want to see my stats, but it's nothing special. I didn't build specifically for this or anything with like PR or DR. I don't even know what the resists are. I did use the 45 cleric PR DR buff. I am continually casting the Bard um, AR FRCR just in case one of his like AoEs or whatever is AR. But yeah, so I just went in there, spawned him, and yeah, there's the big boy right there. So yeah, this is the first time doing this. We've been raiding this a little bit with the guild. Last night, you probably can't see, but off in the distance, there's a whole ring around here. Yeah, there's one. There's a whole ring around here of little spiders that spawn when you spawn them. And if you fight them for like too many rounds, they port you right in here to them. So I did that mistake last night. I got ported right into them and just had to start fighting them immediately. Luckily, I was also on the cleric, so I just swapped heals over to myself. And like I was kind of surprised, but like a minute later, by the time the tank pulled off me, I was still standing. So I thought, yeah, let's just try and solo this guy, see what happens. So yeah, back today, ran the quest, spawned him. Yeah, you can see the spiders now in the back. That's also the reason I ran in here with the cleric right next to me instead of parking the cleric outside. He's got a little AoE, but I'm not worried about it. I can heal it with the bard tick. Yeah, so I brought him right next to me so he wouldn't pull in one of those spiders with him, and I was just hoping none of those would aggro right at the center spot. But yeah, here's the big beastie, and I seem to be holding that okay. You can see on the cleric, I just got a macro going as fast as I can through the like 3 stacks I got plus the the 49 tick. I haven't actually tested if I like the waves and the tick are like a 5 cast. So I could also like technically work in the 49 wave for an extra like 600 stack, but it would slow the whole rotation down for a couple seconds. So I'm not sure if that's a benefit or not. But yeah, with the bard, he kind of barely holds power, so that's why I keep like trying to be on those power drops with the bard. But yeah, occasionally you see the big kind of AoE and that big like 1300 hit, and I think he does another one right after. But yeah, it does, it brings you down a little bit, but it seems to hold out pretty good. And again, yeah, I didn't like, my gear is not great. It's just kind of whatever I picked up, and I got a couple good pieces, but most of it's just kind of I got probably some 35 gear still on both these guys, and whatever. Hell, I'm still holding a two-hander that just looks good on the cleric instead of like a good shield or like some POW items. Okay. Yeah, one of the cool things about this mob in particular, he's one of the few mobs in the game at the moment that have almost the original loot table put in. He's missing a mandible, like a one-hand pierce, I think, that we saw on some of the old tables, but maybe they have better sources than what we found. But he does have a ton of his regular loot. So he's got some level 50 shield that's pretty nice, that drops kind of rarely. He's got a robe that's nice. He's got a ring and a bracelet that are nice that we haven't seen yet in, I don't know, 10 to 20 kills, something like that. We haven't seen them once. But they are on the loot table in the control panel. Yeah, so he's something cool. So yeah, it's kind of, for me, it kind of takes the fun out of the some of these mobs. If we go to like kill like Snow Grin or something and just like drops nothing, over and over again. You know, you only want to test them once, something like that. But this guy's kind of, it's a fun thing to do, come and kill this guy now, because, you know, you got a chance to drop one of the rings, and it's kind of cool. Actually, that's one of my favorite parts of this game, is kind of, like Nagi's a good example. You go there and, like, she has stuff that, like, drops fairly common, like almost every time you'll get, you know, the handful of the items that drop all the time, and then, like, it would take you, like, 20 kills or something to drop a Black and Lynx shirt, right? Or it's just kind of a cool thing to, like, you know, you're gonna get cool stuff and, like, stuff everybody needs, just killing them, and it's fun to kill them, but then, like, you know, there's still a reason to go back over and over again to get those kind of rare drops from the rare mobs, right? And yeah, this took like 17 minutes. So this is gonna go on for a little while. I think I've kind of covered everything I want to say. It's kind of cool also, the quest mob, he fights with you. Like, it's actually, like, I don't think it works that way in this game, but like, I think if you do any damage on Sandstorm right now, like, you get the kill. But pretty sure on live, like, if an NPC, like, out-damaged you, they would kiss you and, like, get the kill. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But, yeah, so I was a little worried about, like, this impacting with just bard damage. Like, am I going to actually get it? But yeah, it worked out. Oh, actually, since I'm kind of not actually working on anything, I can kind of watch what he does. I know he's an AoE that's like 400-ish, something like that. But I wasn't really paying attention. I was doing it to the nukes and everything. There's 1,000 hit there. It looks like I might have resisted that a little bit. That might be the same one as the 1,300. Wife has been destroying the room around me all day. Heard some of that. Okay, so there's the 13. I'm back down. Okay, so 1,369 twice, but it was spread out a little bit. Okay. The cleric is plenty. Okay, there's like a 360 something. That was the AoE. Got nope also. It's always, it just looks like a double hit, you know, it's not. It's not that strong a quad. Okay, there's 1,000. I think that's a resisted 1,300 with whatever resist I got. There should be another 1,300. Any second now. Oh, there's the AoE again. Okay, I'm a little confused what's going on. Okay, there's another 1,000. Another 1,000. Okay, I might have to watch this again offline and figure it out. Yeah, anyway, I mean, that's about it. I'll keep it going to see the end of it, but it's a fun little quest, actually. It only takes, like, I don't know, 30 minutes maybe to run. If you do it and look it up and like work through it a little bit using the SCP live map or whatever, it's I was shocked at like these locations are just like there's no way you would have known in live. Like this must have taken people months to figure out. It's crazy. You have to find several locations kind of randomly with no tips whatsoever. So like there's probably hundreds of people that saw this quest on live, like, and just kind of like scouring the wild for these little random pop-ups. It's nuts. Like it would have taken so many people like so long to like randomly find these things. So I wish we had better records of like the forums at the time. You'd probably see people like, how long it actually took them. Oof. Okay, so I got down much lower than I have a bit. Okay. Try to figure this out for a couple minutes. And sometimes I get like several hits, like I get like a little like quad looking thing in there, so he's got to be doing some other like little minor hits occasionally. Because there's the 1012 that comes every once in a while. I gotta take off all the resist gear, I think, and fight him again so I can see what's really going on. Because I think the 1016 is like the exact resisted bit of the 1300. Alright, there's that 1300. That was a 764. Okay, nope, got hit for an AoE. Huh. Oh well, yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll pull off all my resist gear and not resist buff at all, and try him again and see if I can figure out the rotation here. It does look like I am partially resisting some stuff though. Like it looks like sometimes I'll get like 200 on the AoE. I'm not sure if I see it all right, but it looks like the PR or DR or something is helping. Maybe I'll try and look up some of the old walkthroughs also. Kind of funny too, like back in the day, like there were so many people on, and spawns are worldwide, right? There's no instancing, so you find something like this that you can farm, or you find out where those spots are, and it'd be like a closely held, like between like a group of like 3 friends, like even within a guild or just a guild, right? Of like, whereas population is a couple hundred people at the moment, and it's not gonna be thousands and thousands. I don't think it's gonna be an issue, or is it anymore? Even back then, like. Money helps sometimes to grab that one rare drop that pops up on auction, but you do fine without it. I barely paid attention to it back in the day and wound up with everything without too much time passing. So yeah, giving away these secrets now especially it's yeah, I think I remember, like, I had a place to find, like, different proc rep weapons that were... I'm forgetting, but I had some places where I'd go and, like, you farm for a couple hours and you get whatever proc weapon and no one knows it drops there, and then that's your way to make money in the game for the next 2 months. Everybody had their spots. But these days, I mean... This guy's open all the time. Please, come give him a try. Try some other combos. The Bard and Stack Cleric is a bit of a, OP kind of like awesome combo. Maybe you could do this with like just like a neck pet, the Resist Cleric, or who knows. Okay, so this is interesting. So I think what's happening here, he's not hitting anybody. I think he's running, right? He's not touching anybody. He's trying to run. I don't know if he's fixed in place. I can't remember. I think we've pulled him before, but I think he's getting blocked by these rocks just because of orientation that we lucked out on, right? Because he's definitely trying to run away. There's a whole new graphic. He's not attacking anymore. I think we just kind of accidentally trapped him, right? Or I accidentally. But yeah. All right, there we go. And yeah, there's an awesome ring, the poison ring, and then there's like three other rings that are just all resist and garbage. And that was one of those. But yeah, I'll show you the stats real quick. Again, it's nothing. I didn't gear for this. I still am like I'm in my XP gear kind of setup. So yeah, 3,200 hit points. Hold on, I re-showed in a second after popping my buff. It fell. But basically, max agility, max charisma for that heal tick, and power tick for the cleric, and then as much stamina hit points as I could get, and then I have dex next and strength after that on there for, and you can see no real, you know, it's the cleric buff and just some random gear that did those resists. And the cleric side, it's mostly a POW char build, and whatever hit points fell into place for about 2,200 hit points. And again, no, those resists are actually not bad, like 200 on both characters, but it's kind of random. Cool. That's all I got. Have a good one, guys.